let's cooking!
Oh yeah! Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Can't stick around, have to keep moving on. Guess what lies ahead? Only one way to find out. Must keep on moving.
Hello, all you dank memes. This is Nintendo Unleashed, which is Blazekick's weekly Nintendo podcast. This week, we have quite a bit of stuff that I, Connor, as well as Noah,
That's me.
will talk about. Unfortunately, Arms is not able to make it because yesterday he received a phone call that told him he won a free cruise. So
Yeah.
he's currently on that cruise.
We're happy for him. It's a shame he's gone. No Wi-Fi on that boat, I suppose. Or he's just off relaxing, sipping a margarita somewhere.
Uh,
But, you never know. Either way, hopefully he's having a great time. He should be sailing right by Alaska as we speak.
Yeah, so that's pretty hype. But anyway, we will be talking about quite a bit of negative stuff,
Yeah.
actually, surprisingly, with popular indie studios shutting down, popular Wii U game servers kind of shutting down.
The game doing poorly, which isn't really a surprise, though.
Yeah, and then there's some pretty good stuff, including
There was a surprise Nintendo Direct, kind of. So that was fun.
so there you go, Nintendo Direct, as well as Eevee is going to be at Build-A-Bear Workshop. So, that's pretty much just the entire story right there. So when we get back to it, that's pretty much all we'll say. But anyway, Noah, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, man. So this was the first week of school. Yay, it's finally happening.
Hype.
So I really didn't get to play that much. However, on my spare time, I'm still playing through Kirby Planet Robobot. I'm almost done, and I'm going to finish it this weekend. I think I beat World 4. The Poison Power-Up is still the best thing in the universe. Honestly, I don't have much to say about it because it's pretty much the same thing I did last week. However, I did start playing the demo for Picross 3D Round 2, but I haven't played it enough yet to give full impressions, although I've heard very good things. So if you've ever played or enjoyed Picross, definitely check out the Picross 3D Round 2 demo on the eShop. We'll talk about the full price later. But yeah, that's about it. You?
I've been playing, the usual Love Live, of course.
Right.
Then I started playing Picross E again, just because I wanted to play Picross again.
Mhm.
And I don't know why I stopped playing that. I didn't really start getting bored or anything. I guess other stuff came up.
Picross is just one of those games where maybe you play for a while, then you just stop and you always come back to it because it's always fun and it's something I don't like to I don't really want to burn out on it. But that's always a fun game to return to.
And I also played this dank new game called Market Crashers.
Oh yeah,
where you have to predict the stock market. Great video game or concept. I mean,
I wonder if that's the first stock market simulator video game, where that's the only thing you do.
I'm sure there's been others, but
yeah, it feels like this is the first one in a while. At least based on what I've seen. I'm sure there's an indie out there somewhere who's done that.
It's probably the first one that's not boring because who wants to play the stock
Right.
market? But then this one you can only play 10 seconds at a time, so it's not like it's going to be boring. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so this week's Nintendo download is interesting. There is some good stuff, a lot of which came from the Nintendo Direct, and a lot of what appears to be shovelware as well. I'll start with the Wii U eShop. Axiom Verge is finally out. It has a 10% discount for I think maybe the first week or first couple weeks. So in North America, it's $18, and when the discount is over, it'll be up at $20. And basically, if you are a Metroid fan who refused to buy Federation Force, buy this game if you want Nintendo to understand that people still want 2D Metroids, because this is one of the most high-profile sort of indie Metroidvanias in a long time. And if Nintendo sees that there's demand for it on their system, hopefully they'll take that as a sign.
Mm-hmm.
The game has been, I'm not sure how well it's sold, but I know it's gotten really good reviews on all of their platforms, including I think PS4 was the initial release, and maybe PC as well. And the creators Tom Happ and Dan Edelman, basically feel that this is the definitive version for a couple reasons. Well, number one, I mean, obviously Metroidvania games are sort of deeply rooted in original, Super Nintendo classic games. And in addition, this version has, inventory and map management on the gamepad, which, while that's not really a unique feature, it's nice that it's here, especially for a Metroidvania game where there's a lot of item swapping and mapping. Also in the Wii U eShop, 140 from Double Fine Productions. It is reportedly a puzzle platforming game with a minimalistic aesthetic. I haven't actually seen the game. This is just what I'm reading off the description. And there's Alice in Wonderland, which I think you remember the Red Riding Hood thing from a while ago on Wii U. It was just like Red Riding Hood with like a couple pictures of them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the same thing with Alice in Wonderland. So not actually a game. It's a visual novel. So if you are a Alice in Wonderland, I guess, hardcore enthusiast, and you really want another format for it, this is the way to go. And I'm not going to mention the next. I mean, okay, what I'm going to say about the next 10 games is most of them are from Skunk Software. The one I want to mention is Piano Teacher, which is a $40 game which, features about 20 piano keys and teaches you some basic songs. So I think that's the only Piano Teacher on Wii U, but that's a terrible price. I mean, if you look at the video, the production, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if this is the right way to go, Skunk Software. I mean, GG Series has that charm to it where all the games are just these terrible translations, but this is just shovelware.
Yeah, I'm just looking on Android right now. There's a ton of them for free. I don't even see any paid ones.
Right, and that's in terms of piano teachers. So,
yeah,
don't buy $40 Piano Teacher on Wii U.
Because I'm sure if you have a Wii U, you own a phone, and I'm sure Apple has just as many of them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Anyway.
I'm sure there's some on PC, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Or just, find a piano. And so The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is on Wii U Virtual Console for $20. Nintendo sort of just dropped it yesterday to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Zelda, which they also did some other cool stuff. That was an interesting segment. But, I mean, Skyward Sword is, one of those love it or hate it. For me, I personally love most aspects of it. And I may replay it. I mean, I'm not going to pick this up because I already own it, but I may replay it soon. So that's a $20 eShop release. Again, that's not updated at all. That's just Virtual Console. And apparently the Hyrule Warrior Legends DLC is also on Wii U. I thought that was 3DS only. But and again, this is just according to what it says here on Nintendo Life, but the Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks pack is now out on Wii U and 3DS, which is $7. It comes with, I believe, well, I know like Phantom Zelda in her little armor is a new playable character, and Link has some sort of sand rod thing and also his train. I'm a bit unclear on what's included, but hey, if you're following Hyrule Warriors Legends, also if you have the season pass, you'll just get that automatically. On the 3DS eShop, Picross 3D Round 2, which is almost a full release. I mean, it's a slight budget release at $30, but it's certainly not a cheap release. And it has more mechanics than the DS game. Amiibo support, improved visuals, like I said, $30, and there's a free demo. So if you like Picross, check that out. It's a very good game. Like if you you loved the original Picross 3D, just don't even bother with the demo. It's very good. The Amiibo stuff is actually really cool because you get puzzles based on like the character, and it's just really nice. Actually, some of the best Amiibo functionality in my opinion. Adventure Labyrinth Story from Circle Entertainment. And Ping Pong Trick Shot. Ooh. So apparently is a video game version of throwing a ball into a cup, which doesn't sound like ping pong, but I guess if you like that, go ahead.
Isn't that beer pong, throwing a ball?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like ping pong, but whatever. Hey, it's $2, so beer pong simulator, I guess.
Isn't Picross 3D on the Wii U Virtual Console?
Is it? I don't know.
I've seen people uploading videos of it. Like Nintendo.
It's not listed here. Maybe in other regions. Yeah, that's possible. I would certainly pick that up if it was an option here, but it's not listed here. And of course, the 3DS Street Pass games. There are 5 new ones available from the Nintendo Direct. Those are Slot Car Rivals, Market Crashers, Ninja Launcher, Feed Me, and Me Trek. Now, there are a couple interesting deals here. So when you update Street Pass Me Plus, you can actually get 1 for free, but you have to choose from Slot Car Rivals or Market Crashers. You can pick one of those 2 for free, which is nice. I know Conor went with Market Crashers. I might go with Slot Car Rivals. I'm a sucker for slot cars. They can all be bought for $3 each, or $8.99 for all 4. But I guess you're getting all 5 because one of them's free. So basically, you can pay $9 to get all 5. That's what it sounds like. And they're, like I said, the demos this week is just Picross 3D Round 2. So pick of the week, I think I would have to go with Axiom Verge. I mean, either that or maybe Picross 3D 2. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Picross 3D 2.
Got it.
Also, if you're in Europe, Pikmin New Play Control is also on the Wii Virtual Virtual Console.
That's really good. I wish we would have got that here as well. I own the disc, but that would have been a cool download.
Especially since that's a pretty rare game now.
Yeah. I actually got that. I got a used copy for my birthday a long time ago. Never actually beat it, but I'll do it someday. So mixed bag week because I'll just say there's some diamonds in the rough this week. Anyway, into the news, starting off with one of our sort of negative topics. Federation Force failed to reach the top 20 of Media Create software sales in Japan for the first week. It reportedly sold how many? Hold on. Okay.
They don't report less than top 20.
Okay. And the way we have it listed here, well, Splatoon was number 20 and it sold 4,441. So we know that Metroid Prime Federation Force sold less than that in the first week, which is pretty bad. You have to consider. So a few things should be considered here. Number one, Metroid doesn't really do that well in Japan, especially Metroid Prime. That trilogy did not do well in Japan at all.
First-person shooters in general don't.
Right.
Like just looking
with the exception of Splatoon, kind of.
It's not first-person.
Oh, okay, true. Yeah. So in terms of first-person shooters, absolutely right.
And then I guess Federation Force, is it first-person?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, so yeah, like I don't see any. I guess Overwatch at 35.
True.
That's
Japan likes their characters.
And Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, is that
that surprises me. Yeah, that's first person.
That's 42. So
okay, well that's kind of down.
They have 2 in the top 50.
Yeah, and so that says something for sure. So kind of an underwhelming debut, but it's not a big surprise based on, like we said, how the series does in Japan and sort of the reception for this game. It is kind of sad that, it's a 3DS game, and the 3DS obviously has an enormous user base in Japan. So I hope it would do, maybe crack the top 20, but oh well. At least it charted at all, I guess. I'll look at the bright side. And some other, this news is just more weird than strange to me. I wouldn't expect this. And that's that Smash Brothers Wii U, the online tournament mode, basically, they're going to stop hosting. Well, I'm a bit unclear. So, will you still be able to host tournaments at all online, or can you no longer host them?
I don't know. It says the regular tourneys feature will no longer be accessible. You'll simply see a blank area in this section once the date arrives. You'll still be able to make your own tourneys.
Okay.
But I don't know. I guess is that like Splatfest?
Yes. Yeah. I was about to say it's like Splatfest. So Nintendo's no longer organizing the tournaments. You can still organize them yourself. You can still play in tournaments, but there's no longer here's the tournament of the week, basically.
I didn't even know people still use tournaments.
No, neither did I. So, I guess that's, again, similar to Splatfest, where some of the Wii U services are maybe stopping. But, I imagine, the online mode, the main online mode, I think will be supported for a while still. Mm-hmm. That's just kind of one aspect that's shutting down. In some better news, though, my Nintendo service.
It.
Huh?
I tried to alternate it. Good, bad, good, bad.
Oh yeah.
Or I guess bad, good, bad, good.
Right. But anyway, this story is relating to my Nintendo, which I have a lot to say about. So in the past, I have very good things to say about how the service is set up. It's very nice and it's very deeply integrated with your Nintendo hardware. However, the rewards are abysmal. another thing that's abysmal is that coins expire after 6 months. However, that is no longer true for gold coins, which now expire 12 months after you collect them. Unfortunately, platinum coins are still 6 months, which is kind of annoying. Mine are going to be gone very soon. And I was hoping that, maybe in the month of September, it seems like they add new rewards every 3 months. So maybe I'll get some new good stuff in September. However, it's just more discounts on games that I mostly already own. I would consider spending 100 coins on 30% off Star Fox 64 3, but the game is still $40 $40 in the eShop. And at 30% off, I would be paying $28 for it, which I'm not doing for a 5-year-old 3DS game. But I guess it's good that gold coins last longer now, so I can wait till the next 3 months, and maybe December they'll add some good stuff. They'll be generous since it's Christmas time. It's good. Now, the only unclear bit is whether gold coins that you got 6 months ago will be extended another 6. That I'm unsure of. But it's still good news regardless, I suppose. Now, something I've discussed with others on Twitter is that hopefully, an idea a lot of people have is that Nintendo wanted to implement My Nintendo early to sort of establish things for the system. But when NX comes out, it will hopefully receive like a lot of new things in terms of maybe achievements, maybe discounts on NX related things. That I'm kind of pessimistic about the discounts, but optimistic about more opportunities for rewards, because Nintendo has made it clear that they don't enjoy discounting new games that aren't indies. They don't enjoy discounting new first-party titles after, within 4 months or 4 years of their release, which is kind of a shame. That's one of the things that bugs me most about Nintendo, but hopefully they'll step it up in some way for NX. Like I said, I really hope achievements for platinum coins are a thing.
Yeah.
Do you remain optimistic there, or are you kind of just like, eh?
I hope they do, because I kind of also hope that they just combine all the platinum things instead of having Miitomo coins and platinum separate.
Right.
They're basically the same thing.
Right. Yeah, the most convoluted possible scenario is if when they introduce achievements, each game gets a different coin type.
But they all work the same.
Yeah, and with the way Miitomo is different, I could see that happening. But then again, who knows? Maybe they'll totally reorganize it when the NX comes out. We'll find out. Although that seems a little crazy. But anyway, so this is kind of mixed news, because there's some good and some bad. The bad news is Renegade Kid is no longer a thing, but however, they're not done producing games. So the two co-founders are Jules Watcham and Greg Hargrove. Now, the thing is, they're going to continue producing games at 2 separate studios. Jules is going to be at Atui. I forget the name of Greg's studio, unfortunately. But I can tell you that Jules will continue to produce 2D games based off their IPs and new IPs, and Greg will do the same for 3D ones, including Moon Chronicles Dementium.
Greg's studio is in Fitzmo.
Okay.
Fitzimo.
Got it. And interestingly, so the Atui brand is actually not new. Jules actually published a mobile game under it already called Totes the Goat on iOS. And now he has actually announced the second game under that label, which is coming to both 3DS and iOS. And it's called, I actually forget what it's called. Something with a worm.
I thought it was a chicken.
Oh, right. Chicken Wiggle. Well, yeah, okay, because there's a chicken and a worm. Okay. It's like Banjo-Kazooie, Chicken Wiggle. I guess it's kind of a spin on Chicken Little, maybe. But so it looks interesting. It's a 2D platforming game with a grappling mechanic at the core. There's also customization, sort of Mario Maker style. It was actually very funny. This game was announced like a couple days before Mario Maker 3DS. But what this game has that Mario Maker 3DS doesn't is you can upload your levels to the net. So if that's important to you, maybe keep an eye on this game. It actually, the art style is very good. Renegade Kid, I think, always does very good pixel art. So not all bad news there. Be sure to follow those 2 studios to keep an eye on their coming works. I personally have never enjoyed their 3D games, but always their 2D ones. So I know which studio I'm going to be keeping an eye on. And I think this is Connor's favorite piece of news, so I'm going to let him talk about it.
So starting September 1st. Oh, so September 1st. That's kind of, why has there not been official?
That's already.
That's weird. But anyway, you can get Eevee at Build-A-Bear Workshop. It will also come with a special trading card game card. And yeah, so I believe you can buy this online if there's no Build-A-Bears near you, but
Oh, nice.
that seems kind of boring. Like,
Well, yeah,
what a
I mean,
Build-A-Bears
what would you
to-
like customize it online? Like the whole point is that you like put stuffing in it and everything.
Yeah, so
Um,
I don't know.
man, I haven't been there in a long time.
Say there was one here, and then like it didn't do very well, so they shut down.
I honestly might get this. Like, I haven't been to Build-A-Bear for at least 10 years, but that might change very soon. I might go this weekend. Why the heck not? Assuming, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll check if my mall has it first, but I imagine it will. So I think this is going to do exceptionally well with Pokemon Go. It seems like Eevee is one of the most like noticed Pokemon by because a lot of the casual players like things that are cute, right? And I think Eevee's undisputably cute. So I think this will do really well. I think it would be really cool if they had like the different evolutions. That would be amazing.
Or at least like hoodies for them.
Right, that would like match them. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how this is going to work because the bears are kind of a different shape from Eevee. Is it going to be the same clothing or?
No idea.
I guess. I mean, I might do a vlog on this. Wow. Okay, I'm actually going to try to do that this weekend. Newest vlog. Yeah, I'll get the scoop. Anyway, so a Sun and Moon demo may be coming as well.
Yay.
There was no demo for XY, right? But yes for ORAS.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool.
And basically, ORAS was, I think it was like subscribers of the Trainer Club email had a random chance of getting an email. Subscribers of Club Nintendo had a random chance of getting an email. And then they started kind of going overboard where like Cartoon Network had a thing where you could just like say you want a code and they'd give you a code.
Right.
And then like after pretty much everyone already had it or could easily get it, they put it on the eShop.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're going to do a similar thing here. We also don't know how this demo is going to work. Basically, Korea the Korean rating board put out that Pokemon Sun and Moon special trial version has been rated.
Mm. Yeah, that's undoubtedly like there's no doubt a demo's coming. Now, I honestly don't know if a demo will actually help sales for a Pokemon game. I feel like everyone that wants it already knows they're gonna buy. You know.
The thing that's also worrying is with the ORAS demo, they didn't take anything out of the code. So everything that was in the final game of ORAS was in the code for the demo. So including all the Pokemon. Now, by the time the demo came out, they'd already revealed every single new Mega Evolution, and there was no new Pokemon anyway. So,
because remake, yeah.
Hopefully, they don't do that again.
Hopefully, that would be very bad.
Because
even though the Pokedex, I mean, has it technically? I mean, I've heard about leaks. I haven't looked at any of them because I don't want to be spoiled.
Currently, I think there's 2 trusted leaks that. Like one of them predicted or I guess revealed the sea cucumber with Pumiaku.
Yeah, something like that.
They said like there's a sea cucumber Pokemon as well as a fairy mushroom, which is Morlul.
Mm-hmm.
And they also the other one said Pokemon get alternate forms, not megas, but stuff like Dark type Rattata, which was just revealed.
There you go.
Ninetales, which was revealed before, and I think there was other stuff. So through that, I think there's like still 3 or 4 Pokemon that have been or haven't been revealed that were in those leaks. But I wouldn't. Hopefully, that's not it for the Pokedex.
Yeah.
Especially since we're getting more information on September 6th for Sun and Moon. I forgot to write that here, so we might as well just mention it now. We don't know what it is. We just know there will be some. But, yeah, so I guess hype. Hopefully Game Freak doesn't put every Pokemon in the demo.
Right. Yeah, that would be bad. Very bad. So last thing before we move on to our Nintendo Direct discussion, Pokemon Go has a new, well, I think actually it's an incoming update. where they're adding a buddy Pokemon feature. And so there are a few things that allow you to do here. So basically, you can assign one Pokemon to be your buddy. And when you walk around that buddy, I think you get unique in-game rewards such as candy for that Pokemon. Your Pokemon appears next to you or behind you on the profile trainer screen, which is very cute. Unfortunately, it doesn't walk with you on the map. That would be very cool.
Yeah.
But it does show up next to you on your player icon in the bottom left. So I guess that's kind of nice. You can change your buddy at any time. Certainly doesn't seem like a game changer, but it seems interesting. I think it's a nice feature,
Yeah.
For me personally, I plan on. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I've definitely fallen off the game a lot. I'm glad it's still grossing a lot of money. I believe it's still number 1 on iTunes. I can check right now while I'm talking. I mean, like we know, hopefully that tracker will be fully rolled out soon with the Pokestops and everything, or maybe a new one. But yeah, I haven't been playing the game much. I do like to play when I travel, but yeah, I don't. I mean, this isn't going to get me to be playing again, but I'm glad to see that Niantic has been sort of continuing to support it, consistently. I don't know. I mean, I remember they promised like bi-weekly updates or something, or what did they? There was something.
Yeah, they said like every 2 weeks it would be updated. So
yeah, so they've been doing, I think, pretty good on that. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. Well, I mean, maybe I'll give it a shot. Who knows? Not huge news, honestly. Anyway, so there was a Nintendo Direct on September 1st. It was not what anyone thought it was going to be. I think everyone was ready for an announcement of the NX unveil, but that was definitely not what we got. We got an announcement of a new 3DS Direct, and I think it was pretty good. There wasn't really any terrible stuff.
There's a surprising amount of new games announced.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were expecting like a couple, like maybe 1 or 2 new games, but there were a lot of brand new 3DS retail games announced. Starting off, I mean, Sun and Moon, they just gave. I think the only thing unveiled for Sun and Moon was the new Rattata form, right?
There was also that.
Oh, the pancake.
Yeah, there's gonna be some Z moves that are exclusive to certain Pokemon. They showed off Snorlax's, which is pulverizing pancake, I think.
Pulverizing pancake.
Pulverizing, that's it. Probably Greninja's is gonna be Ash Greninja.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of do something similar to that. And they also announced that if you go through a mystery gift from any time the game launches up until I think it's mid-January sometime, you can get a free Munchlax holding the item to allow Snorlax to use pulverizing pancake.
Yeah.
So I guess that's pretty hype. That's pretty much all they announced, I think.
I think so, yeah.
There was some cool stuff in other trailers. Like I think the Japanese trailer showed 2 trainers out in the wild just battling each other.
Oh, neat.
So there's
Should have got that.
There was some cool stuff. And yeah, as we said, there's going to be more news in like a couple days. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is kind of out of order of the Direct, but we can just run through some of the major game announcements. I think the biggest surprise was a new Pikmin 2D action game for 3DS. Now, I heard that it was being developed by the Yoshi's New Island team, but I haven't seen any confirmation of that. Have you?
No, I just saw people talking about it, but haven't seen where anyone got that from.
So I'm not sure I trust that, but basically, I mean, I think it looks all right. It's a 2D. They've described it as more action-oriented than the traditional Pikmin games. Gameplay largely takes place on the touchscreen in a similar style to Kirby Mass Attack. Many have compared the look to Lemmings. And yeah, I mean, you play as Olimar. You have your standard Pikmin types. I'm not sure if they're going to have any of the ones from 3, but they've already shown red, blue, and yellow. Maybe they'll just keep it at that to keep it simple. I don't know. Maybe at least do purple because they're the best.
Reggie's a purple Pikmin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he would be very upset if they left him out.
I wonder if they're going to have... Or is this like one of the first 3DS games that the action isn't on the top screen?
Yeah, I honestly
I think
can't
Freaky
think of any others.
Forms, but I don't remember if that was first party or not. That's the only other one I can think of.
No, Freaky Forms is first party.
Okay, so Freaky Forms is on the bottom screen.
Yeah, and all the others that are on the bottom screen are just like puzzle games, like where you kind of need I mean, like Picross and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aside from that, I mean, I can't think of any. Like, obviously, what wasn't like Wild World on the touchscreen on DS?
On DS, there are a lot of games on
Yeah.
the bottom
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
Like
No, absolutely.
the two Zelda games were
Oh, right.
Mass Attack.
There were a lot more on DS, basically.
Yeah, Scribble Knots.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely a unique title. A lot of people, myself included, were a little bit paranoid because Pikmin 4 has definitely been on the mind. And to see this is like, whoa, I wasn't expecting to see this. Now, I do think the game looks fun, and I want to try it. I just hope it doesn't like put a dent in the plans for Pikmin 4. And I hope it's. I mean, I don't think it's Pikmin 4, but I can't get that lingering little fear out of my mind. Yeah. I mean, but from the original quote from Miyamoto about Pikmin 4, he said, "Well, okay, there were a couple key things I pulled out of that when I reread the article yesterday." So he said, "Our Pikmin teams are always hard at work, and if what people are saying is true about this being developed by the Yoshi's New Island team, then that debunks it." What were the other things? I mean, he like it was directly referred to as Pikmin 4, and this game was never referred to as Pikmin 4. They just gave it Pikmin 3DS tentative title. So I'm remaining hopeful. Again, I would like to try this game. I just hope it's a separate ordeal.
The other three games are also pretty much like direct continuations of each other.
Right.
Whereas this one, like, it would seem weird to be a direct continuation. All of a sudden, we're back to Olimar after.
Exactly. That's the other thing. Like, we would be playing as Alph or something if it was, or maybe a new character, but it's Olimar. So it definitely seems spin-offy. It's just weird because it's the first Pikmin spin-off, but I guess the first Animal Crossing spin-off was weird too once we got used to it.
It seems like Nintendo, just if they have a series they're not really sure what to do with right now, then they just give it a 2D platformer.
Yep.
Chibi Robo did that. I think there's been a bunch of other stuff to get that.
Right. But what a lot of people have been saying, it does look pretty faithful to some of the core ideas of Pikmin. I mean, obviously it's going to be nowhere near as deep, but it does have like, you know, gathering and moving items, similar combat, except they don't latch on, which really bothers me. Although the game is early in development, things could change. It just has a current 2017 release date. Pikmin 4, please still be a thing. The other announcements, which I thought were almost equally surprising, 2 Wii U games coming to 3DS, with those being Yoshi's Woolly World and Mario Maker. Now,
excuse me, it's Poochie and.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, which I want to be the I said it on Twitter. I want that to become the new and Knuckles.
Poochie and Knuckles Woolly World.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's perfect. So Yoshi's Woolly World definitely looks to have made the jump, I think, a lot better. Obviously, it's not going to look as beautiful as it does on Wii U, but it looks, I think, better than Maker does. From what I saw,
it's really weird how limited it is.
It's okay. It looks disgusting. First, I'm going to go into Yoshi because I just want to spend a lot of time on Mario Maker, or not too much. But so Yoshi, it looks good frame rate. It has all the levels of the original, plus more, plus Poochie, plus the animated shorts. Right? Seems like a very good port.
Plus
we
Amiibo.
New
Poochie Amiibo.
So, God, Mario Maker, on the other hand, first of all, there's this weird, ugly black border around all the gameplay on the top screen, which I'm sure you probably noticed as well.
Yeah.
The Mario Bros. U theme looks atrocious just because being downscaled to the 3DS's resolution. Oh, God.
Hopefully they switch it to like New Super Mario Bros. 2 or something.
Hopefully that's early, but the game's coming out in December. I'm a little bit afraid. Hopefully they at least get rid of the black border. Like, why? The interface on the touchscreen looks good. I will say that. They've definitely adjusted it for the 3DS's, resolution to make it, and just screen size to make it look nicer. I'm sure that will work great. The other thing, well, they've removed a couple other key things. Amiibo compatibility, which is one of the most, for me,
it's weird.
One of the most entertaining things about the Wii U release. And, okay, so people have been a bit confused about how online.
You should also say it's not just Amiibo, it's the Mystery Mushroom in general.
Oh, yeah. So like, it's not going to have those Mystery Mushroom courses. There's no costume change.
Mm-hmm.
So people have been a bit confused about online support in this game, but here's what I understand. So you cannot publish your levels online. You can share them via Street Pass or local. You can play online levels, but you can't search for them. The two ways you can play them are via a list of recommended levels or via the 100 Mario Challenge. So there is online, but it's severely limited. What I don't know is whether there will be compatibility with the Super Mario Maker bookmark website, although I highly doubt it, seeing as you can't even search for IDs. I doubt you would have compatibility with the website.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just does seem like a gimped version, unfortunately.
So only get this if you can't get the Wii U version.
Yeah, like if you don't have a Wii U, it's an entertaining product. Just don't expect the full experience. I mean, it's definitely gimped. And yes, of course, it will cost less. That's good. And you can play it on the go, which is good as well. I feel like an NX version would have been much nicer, but I kind of can't see that happening anymore. I wouldn't expect them to make 3 versions. Although I do think it will sell very well, just because it's Mario Maker. I mean, there's a lot of positive vibe about the game, and there's a lot of people who probably want to play it but don't have a Wii U because the game got a lot of YouTube coverage.
Yeah.
So I think it'll sell well, although I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to the viewers unless they don't have a Wii U. I mean, it's kind of sad, but just maybe get Chicken Wiggle. It'll be a lot cheaper and have more features. I mean, the gameplay, whether it's good, remains to be seen, but I digress. Anyway, Mario Sports Superstars. For me, this was one of the most interesting ones. Didn't shock me as much, but this is a collection of 5 Mario Sports as opposed to the 4 found in Mario Sports Mix on Wii. I believe it's tennis, golf, baseball, soccer, or football if you live anywhere else, and horse racing.
Hype horse racing.
Yeah. And so what's interesting, the tennis and baseball don't appear to be severely gimped as I thought they would. Looking at the gameplay for tennis, it seems to be the same general interface as all the other Mario Tennis games, or at least the newer ones.
Yeah, I think tennis and golf are pretty much going to be like tennis. I think it's Open and golf World Tour.
What's it called?
The two that are on 3DS.
Yeah, that's right. Looking at the gameplay of golf, like the engine looked identical. Like the character models look just like they do in World Tour. So it's pretty much seems like a direct rip of the gameplay. Now, I imagine it won't be fully, like it's not going to have all the things that World Tour had, obviously. It's just going to be kind of the core experience. But that's a lot deeper than what Mario Sports Mix offered. So I think, also, here's the other interesting thing. So last year, a Mario Tennis game was released for the Wii U. It was called Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. It featured online play, but you could not play with friends. This new 3DS release, which features tennis as one of the 5 sports, offers online play with friends.
And I'm pretty sure the character roster is already about the same size as Ultra Smash's roster.
And how does that happen? I don't understand. I'm not even going to try to look too deep into it because I'm going to become even more confused. Point is, this is shaping up to be a much more high-quality release than Ultra Smash ever could have hoped to have been. Assuming the roster is good, I plan on purchasing this day one as I enjoy Mario Tennis and baseball. Never owned a Mario Golf, played the demo, enjoyed it. This seems like the perfect package for me, honestly, as someone who enjoys the core experiences but maybe not the minigames so much.
Something else interesting is how soccer or football is full soccer, whereas the Mario Striker series are 4v4 instead of the full 11v11.
Right.
So
yeah,
in Mario Sports Mix, I think hockey was one of the sports in that.
Yeah.
And that was like 3v3.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
It wasn't a full team.
Players. I mean, obviously, some of those are going to have to be computers. There's, unless it somehow supports 11 player, in which I will. God bless you, Nintendo. I'll buy this day one.
That would lag terribly.
Oh God, it would be awful. 11 player online 3DS. It just Smash with 4 players dies. But so I mean, it looks good. Like the graphics look really nice. A lot of people have been talking about the art for the game because it's like ultra high quality, and the horses look like they have this really weird style, which I personally love. I think they look adorable. Apparently, each different horse is modeled after whichever character's riding on it.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, which is amazing. Clearly, there's a lot, or at least I don't know about a lot, but there's a lot more love being poured into this release than Ultra Smash. I think anyone can say that.
Who did this, Camelot, or do we know?
Actually, apparently it's a mix of developers. So Camelot apparently is apparently Camelot is being credited for the tennis and golf portions, but not the others. So I actually don't know.
So it might just be another dev, but then like took Camelot basically just ported tennis. I forget what the tennis game is called in World Tour.
Open.
Okay, Open and World Tour,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And just-
credited Camelot for it.
Right.
So,
It seems good. If you're a fan of Mario Sports, definitely keep an eye on this. It seems like a step up from whatchamacallit? Sports Mix, yeah, which was a pretty good game in and of itself.
Mhm.
The question is, does it support 4 players, multiplayer, or 2? We're going to find out. Hopefully 4. That would be really nice.
And how good's the character roster?
That too. Amiibo support would be nice, but it's definitely not essential. Actually, you spotted, our super sleuth Conor spotted the Amiibo card thingy, right?
Yeah, so it appears Mario Sports cards are going to be a thing because the menu specifically mentions Amiibo card. So,
and that's actually kind of genius in a way because sports cards are something that are really popular, like baseball cards, or at least used to be. So it's kind of funny.
Cool.
It would actually be very cool if they were styled similarly to baseball cards, except like with Mario characters. I would actually buy those. And I don't really like Amiibo cards. So I would buy those though. So that's very good. I think these other things we can run through a bit more quickly. That took us a while. These Street Pass Plaza updates, there are a few things. So there's now like a Pro Plaza or Deluxe Plaza or something. I forget what it's called. So it allows you to store up. I think that was the old update. Like there was an old paid update, and now there's another paid update.
Oh, right.
This one you pay, and you can have up to 100 Miis waiting as opposed to 10, which is actually really cool. That's one of my only complaints with Street Pass. Having to like swap them out so frequently. But 100 people can be in there, and they have a quick menu, so you can go through people quicker and jump into your games quicker. And like we said,
I have the quick menu and I didn't pay.
Oh no, that's free.
Okay.
It's the 100 players thing is the one that costs money. Like we said, 5 new games. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can do that on your own. And also the puzzle swap update, which sounds really good. Basically, it seems like they understand that there's a lot of players who might want to catch up on puzzles, but it might be difficult to in the second half of the 3DS's lifespan. So what they've done is they've added, I haven't seen video footage yet, but some sort of like bonus chance for the puzzles where you can collect a lot of pieces at once. And that sounds really nice. I love puzzle swap, so I'll definitely be trying to take advantage of that feature soon. So that's it for Street Pass Plaza. Tank Troopers was a new IP announced for all regions. It's releasing later this year. It looks cute. It looks fun.
It's in the thumbnail for the North American version for some reason.
Yeah. Definitely seems like it's trying to riff on Overwatch a little bit, except all the main protagonists appear to be white, which is kind of missing the point of Overwatch. It looks fun. The music was very good. It was interesting. It reminded me of, I saw someone on Twitter talking about this, and they said it reminded them of the music from the Tanks game on Wii Play.
Maybe it's the developer.
Maybe. What was unclear is whether it has online. I couldn't tell. Did you pick up on that?
No, I wasn't really paying attention to this game.
But it seems to be
I was kind of joking around because it came like right after the Mario Maker thing, and they mentioned like paintball, so I said Tank Tune.
Oh man! Oh yeah, true. There's like a paintball you can splatter your friends. So this will be a download-only title coming later in the year. Looks interesting. Potentially keep an eye on it. We got details on Yokai Watch 2, which Conor can tell you a lot more about than I can.
Basically, we got the details on the version exclusive stuff, including the 2, I guess, main. They're not legendaries, but they're comparable to how Pokemon has like the Groudon and Kyogre on the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
What the differences are. One of them, I forget their names, but one of them is like a frog spirit that like fell asleep or something and was stuck as a frog for thousands of years.
His name is Totally Dude or something like that, which is great.
And the other one's slipping my mind right now.
Something Arachnid.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I forget the backstory to it, but basically it's like a Japanese warrior. I'm not sure if it's a samurai or just a generic warrior that can control spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Which, those are cool.
That's good, yeah.
Those are pretty cool. There's also they also talked about some things that the new, or I guess old watch, because you're back in time, can do. Seems weird that the updated version can't, but whatever. That including M moves, was it? That you can basically the soul moves, but I think it's all three of your current yokai do it together instead of just one of them. But you need all three of their soul meters filled, which isn't exactly a rarity because unless you're like just spamming one and ignoring the others or something, then usually your soul meters fill up about the same.
Right.
And you can also poke enemy yokai to. I think it like gives you bonuses after you poke it. Like they lower their defense or attack less or something. So I don't know. I was trying not to pay attention to it, so I don't know. I don't remember too much, but it seems like it's an improved Yokai Watch 2. I think is basically just an improved Yokai Watch 1.
Right.
It's a lot of the issues people might have had with the first one, and then just improves them. Like,
I know there were some complaints about the combat maybe being too hands off. Do you know if there are any changes to that?
The poking appears to have fixed that a bit.
Okay.
And I think the M moves might do that because you have to pay more attention to that if you want to pull them off. I know also, like, I forget what it's called. It's basically evolution, where before it was like, actually it's fusion. They call it fusion. Before you had to like fuse yokai together to be able to evolve them to stronger forms. Whereas in Yokai Watch 2, I'm pretty sure you can level some of them up and they'll just do it eventually themselves. Right. So that's cool. You don't have to go out of your way to find yokai because you can't like, you can improve your odds of them joining you, but there's no like Pokeball type item. So it's kind of hard to guarantee you're going to get one.
Gotcha. So is that about it for yokai?
Yeah.
Cool. So next they showed some RPG stuff, which we aren't really qualified to speak about, but I'll just touch on them. Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, which to the best of my knowledge is sort of like an enhanced version of the original game with some new story, is coming soon, I believe in September. So is Dragon Quest 7, I think also in September. Dragon Quest 8 is now releasing in 2017, but it's still, development and things are going well. So yeah, that's about it for RPGs.
Oh, there's also a demo for Yokai Watch 2 coming soon.
Okay, cool. Hopefully it's not a old E3 demo. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully...
I don't know if there is an old demo for Yokai Watch 2.
And a couple other things. So for the Zelda 30th anniversary, I already mentioned that Nintendo released Skyward Sword on the eShop. The other thing they did, which I was so happy about, where they announced new Zelda 30th anniversary amiibo. There were 4 figures, which included 8-bit Link, which was similar to the style of the 8-bit Mario amiibo.
Confirms Link has a nose.
Yeah, pointy nose, very Pinocchio type. There's the Ocarina of Time Link, and for Wind Waker, Toon Link, and Zelda. It bothers me that she's not called Toon Zelda, but whatever. I guess that was never really canon. And I personally think I'm not interested in the Wind Waker one just because it looks too similar to the Smash Bros. Toon Link. But I did pre-order the Ocarina of Time one just because I love Link's Ocarina of Time design. I'm not a big fan of the 8-bit, but I'm really looking forward to the Ocarina one.
I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't do a Skyward Sword.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool. Or Twilight Princess.
Well, Twilight Princess Link and Smash Link are pretty much the same design.
Oh yeah, true.
So it would have come into the same kind of issue. Plus, Wolf Link has one.
Oh, true.
So,
okay, yeah. So Skyward Sword would have been good.
Yeah, I can see why they didn't do Twilight Princess, but Skyward Sword seems kind of weird because now it's the only 3D Zelda because Ocarina of Majora are the same Link.
Right.
So it's the only 3D Zelda without, including Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild has an amiibo, Link amiibo, which these amiibo also work with Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said they pretty much work as normal Link amiibo.
Well, I think what they said is they work like that for other games, but I don't think they specified whether that's all. I think for Breath of the Wild, it sounds like they might do something unique. I just really hope it unlocks outfits inspired on them. I think that's pretty likely. You could just become 8-bit Link. That would be
You
amazing.
got that 8-bit sword a while ago. Oh no, that's Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah. But these amiibo are coming in December. I actually just pre-ordered the Ocarina one while Conor was talking about Yokai Watch because I saw someone tweeted that they were back up. So that's good. And last but not least, a weird Japan-only thing. A new 3DS game was announced called Miitopia that's coming out later this year, and that's all we know. Some have speculated that it might be an expanded version of Street Pass Quest or Find Me. That seems reasonable. Or Miitomo related? I mean, just based on the name, it kind of sounds like it would be, but I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's honestly a mystery.
Kind of seems like maybe they're trying to like. Just to me, it seems like they're trying to drop the Wii brand for Mii's,
Right?
so they can keep doing like the Wii Party, Wii Sports type
just
stuff.
without the word Wii.
Yeah, because that'd be kind of weird if the NX ends up having nothing to do with Wii in its name, and then they keep releasing Wii games on it.
Right.
Although the Wii U really didn't get much. I think it got like Wii Sports Club, Wii Party,
and Fit. I think that was it.
Oh yeah, We Fit You. We Fit You.
I was I remember talking about those games before the Wii U came and just how funny and creepy they would sound. Like We Fit You, like, are you clothes then? But anyway, so yeah, that's it for the Nintendo Direct. It was pretty good. They also confirmed that an Animal Crossing mini Direct would be happening in November, which they're announcing them. Well, okay, let's talk about that for a minute.
For Japan, I believe it's November 2nd.
Got it. And for us, they just said fall. I imagine it'll just be on the same date.
Yeah, probably.
I don't see why not. So, guess what else is releasing in fall? The Animal Crossing app, assuming it doesn't get delayed, which at this point I doubt it will. I think what they may do is show it off and then be like, it's out now. That would be cool. I also hope they confirm functionality with the app, because they did say in the Direct they talked a little bit about the New Leaf update. They said it will have Amiibo support and other new features. I have a good feel. I still remain confident that other new features will be the app. So hopefully they show that off there. I mean, it seems like the perfect opportunity.
I'm not sure how likely the it's out now thing is, because they can like control their own servers on 3DS and Wii U, but they can't really control iOS and Android stuff.
Good point.
So I don't know how they might be able to work up a deal with Apple and Google.
Or maybe if they can set a general release date and be like, okay, tomorrow,
Yeah, I think that's more likely. It will be. It's coming out tomorrow or next week.
Right. I think this would also be the first time they show one of their apps in a Direct, so that would be a kind of breaking new ground, which, bound to happen eventually. I mean, they've got to show them off somehow.
So maybe they're going to announce the NX before then and then announce Animal Crossing NX during the Direct.
God. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good. Man, what a surprise that would be.
Animal Crossing NX launch title.
I've heard some people talking about. I mean, I would love that personally. Being able to play new Zelda and new Animal Crossing. Anyway, that is it for the Nintendo Direct. Conor, looks like you've got not too many plugs for us this week, but a couple.
So, School of Volume 4 of the manga came out Tuesday. Sorry, Patreon people, but the review won't be up in time for when this comes out there, but it will be up Saturday afternoon, so in time for YouTube. And I'm sure our Patreon users, they're pretty active on Twitter, so they'll see when it goes up anyway. And then also go watch Food Wars Season 2, Episode 8. Hype. The winner is going to be announced.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I need a little bit of context here. The winner of what? Is there a competition?
Yeah, the season pretty much, the ending of the first season and then the whole of this season so far has been like this, it's called the Autumn Elections, and basically it's just like a cooking tournament where they're trying to decide who the best chef of the first years is. And the winner of the tournament's getting announced tomorrow.
Oh man,
I already know who it is.
Oh no spoil.
Manga reader over here.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it for pluggy pluggies.
Pluggy.
Do we have a Poly Woly for this week? Roly
Oh,
Poly
Rick, we
Woly.
forgot to make a poll this
It's okay.
week.
We'll make one on the spot right now.
Okay,
No, I got it. Which amiibo do you like the most? Which Link amiibo, or which new Zelda 30th? And there are 4, luckily.
Yeah, and last week's poll was, what's your stance on the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? And like we predicted, this was probably one of our worst voted on polls in a while, with only 27 votes. Not too much lower, but still pretty low. And 22% are so hyped. 7% will be going, which hopefully that works out for you. Like, if you're just like working on plans now, hopefully it ends up working out for you. That'd be cool to go. 48% are really hyped for the next Mario and Sonic game, and 23% don't know what sports are.
That's good. That's a lot of people. Yeah, I can't really blame you guys for maybe not voting as much because it's not really video games related. Hopefully this one does a bit better. And like I said, it's going to be which new Zelda 30th anniversary amiibo is your favorite. Your options are 8-Bit Link, Ocarina Link, Toon Link, or I'm going to call it Toon Zelda, even though Nintendo refuses to.
Yeah, we'll just call it Toon Zelda.
Yeah, that's our little canon. So that's it for the poll. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Vote for Ocarina Link, please. And I guess I just want to remind you guys to check us out on Patreon. We have a page where you can donate monthly to help us reach. Basically, well, it's a slow process because we don't have many Patreons or patrons, but we're trying to essentially get better equipment and have an ability to run our website. And as rewards for you guys, we'll be able to, well, if you give at least $1 a month, we have such perks as exclusive access to the monthly BlizzCon podcast,
which
early
will
access.
Be out this week.
Oh, nice.
First
so, yeah.
Tuesday of the month.
Get on that quick.
We recorded it yesterday, me, Arms, and Kudo.
And you also get early access to a couple of our podcasts, like this one you're listening to right now, as well as the PlayStation Point. And I'm not sure about Scorpio. Okay, yeah. So
I'm pretty sure that is also on Patreon. Plus any other podcasts we might do.
Right.
Like maybe episode 2 of the Love Life podcast.
Oh, man. So, yeah, be sure to check us out on there. Even if you're only willing to give $1 a month, it adds up. And it really benefits you, too. So you get content earlier and you get more content. In addition, be sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm at Dashy007.
I'm at 031.
You can find us on Twitter. Well, you can find the podcast on Twitter at Nin Unleashed, and you can find our website at BlazeKickTweet. Be sure to like us on Facebook. We are BlazeKick Media. And be sure to rate this podcast and subscribe to this podcast on both iTunes and Google Play. If you're listening on iTunes, you can leave a like, you can subscribe, you can share this podcast with your friends, whether that's on Twitter or Facebook. Sharing really helps. If there's something you liked in the episode, be sure to tell people what they can find. And assuming I'm not forgetting anything, last but not least, be sure to visit blazekick.com because that is where we host all of our content. I haven't written in a while, unfortunately. I'm a podcast guy, really. Although I am working on some videos in the pipeline, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully that Build-A-Bear thing will come up soon. And I think that's about it for this week. Anything else?
No.
Okay, cool. We'll see you guys next time. Fingers crossed for that NX Advance. That was pretty cool when my browser crashed.
RIP.
Yeah, I'm switching to my phone. Screw that. This laptop is continuing to be... Oh, God.
Oh, there's fire. I hope that someone deals with that.
Yep, there you go.
At least it's a part we weren't recording, or we weren't
trying
to talk, and then...
Oh, that would be interesting.
Is the house actually on fire?
I should probably make sure.
I don't smell smoke. Oh, there we go. It's that one.
Yep.
I feel people would be yelling if it was though.
Yeah. Anyway,